Hello my friends, welcome to Pro Strings. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 37 in the violin class for beginners, the Crickboom course. And in this lesson we're going to play Etude number 3, if you have a red book that is, which you can find on page 25. And if you have an older version of this book, this exact same study is called Study Etude number 4, and you can find it on page 17. So page 17 if you've got an older version, and page 25 if you play from a red book. Now this piece in the red book is written as a violin duet, and hopefully by the end of this lesson you're going to be able to play this along with me. We're going to try and do that for the first time in this lesson today, and we'll see where we end up, shall we? Now when you have a look at the start of this piece, you can see that this is written in 3/4 time. So take a look at the beginning. You see the treble clef, that swirly thing. Then you can see the numbers 3, 4, and this means there are 3 crotchet beats in each bar. In America you would say there are 3 quarter notes in each bar. So we're going to count this piece as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see that the first note is always twice as long as the second note in each bar. And therefore my bow is going to go unevenly because I'm playing 2 beats down bow. 1, 2, 3 is a quicker bow stroke because I need to make up the same amount of bow to be ready for bar 2, you see. So if I play the first bar, you see, I need to play the second note twice as fast with my bow to cover the same amount of bow, you see. So my bow is going to go slow, quick, like that. So bear that in mind, that you use the whole bow for every single note. Now if you have a look at the last note of the first line, there is a dotted minim. A minim, as you know, without the dot lasts for 2 counts, and the dot after it means add half as much again. So all in all, this last note is 3 counts long, and that means this last bow stroke needs to go slower than what you've done before. So you go slow, quick, slow, quick, and then once you hit the last note of the first line you go 1, 2, 3, so you slow your bow down a little bit. Will you join me playing this right from the word go? 1, 2, 3. For now, and just to hold it here for a moment. So now we're going to start on the second line, up bow. So the bow strokes are going to go upside down. Our slow bow now comes into the up bow and the fast bow in the down bow. Here we go, line 2, and quick now. Hold it here for a moment. Now if you find that you cannot get the grip of your bow onto the string, it means that your bow isn't straight enough. So if I go like this, I really can't feel the grip on my bow, and that is because I ended up here after the first note, you see. So what you want to do is really work on that straight bowing again, so that your first bow stroke ends about here, straight in front of you. Look, can you see that? And that makes my first finger, my next note, track on the bow much better. You see? as opposed to when it doesn't quite go to plan, when you go like this. That starts to move around, you see, and you don't feel that grip of the bow on the string. So if that is you, if you lose sound or you lose control of the bow, in most cases the cure is to stretch your arm forwards much more. Well done if you kept up and you have played the first 2 lines. I think it made sense to go up bow on the second line, didn't it? Have a look now at the first bar of line 3. You see 3 even notes, and we're going to start them right here. If I have a look at the second bar of the third line, I need to start up bow there, so I need to be at the point. So what I'm going to do is fiddle around with the bow a little bit and go longer, shorter, longer, and now you see I'm ready to play the second bar of the third line, starting on an up bow. Shall I show you again? So we're here at the end of line 2. Now, across the 3 notes that follow, I need to get to the point of the bow. So my bow is going slightly above the middle first, there, and now go a tiny bit back on the next D, and now finish off the bow. Can you see that? So it is a sort of what I call Harry Potter scar, a sort of lightning strike shape that your bow does. You see? A little zigzag. Okay, so let's start on line 3 now, shall we? And slow. Now a quick bow. Repeated notes that follow, do the same zigzag but upside down, up, there we go, quick, hold it here for a moment now. In the section that follows, we're going to start up bow, but I don't need to play any long bows until the end of the 4th line, you see. So now you can just stay at the upper half of the bow with these notes, and brings me to the heel of the bow. Now can you stay at the lower half for the last line? Awesome, very good. So as you've seen in many other lessons, we focus on the bow rather than on the left hand fingers. I imagine that by now the left hand fingers are going more or less on automatic pilot, so well done. You've made enormous progress with that. But we keep on working on the bow because the bow is the heart and soul of the violin, isn't it? It makes the sound. So if your bow is nicely structured, you get a really nice quality sound because you know exactly what you're doing with the bow. Let's play the whole song from the beginning to the end, this time without stopping. And we're playing this without any repeats. 1, 2, 3. That's absolutely fantastic. Well done. If you found one or two places in the middle of this piece a little bit more challenging, then before you play it again, see if you can sort out those bars. So you want to work out if that bar starts on an up bow or a down bow, or if the issue is something with the left hand. So maybe you haven't quite got your fourth finger in place. Or maybe the second finger doesn't quite work. So try and practice the places where you find things difficult a little bit more on their own before you then put the whole song together again. Remember, if you have any questions, if it doesn't quite work for you, use the comment section down below this video to add your comments, and I do usually get to see these, so I will do my very best to get back to you and hopefully make things a little bit easier for you. For those of you who are already very confident playing this, we're going to play this as a duet now. If you have a red book, there is a duet part printed. If you haven't got the duet part, you can still listen to it, and hopefully I can explain to you and we can try practicing it together. So let's have a little bit of an experiment today, shall we, and see if that works. When we play it with the duet part, let's just focus on the first line first. And the duet part doesn't start until the second bar. So you play this first, like that, before I join you with the duet, you see. So I'm going to count us in for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then off you go, and I'll wait for a bit. So don't play together with me, you go ahead first. And that is perhaps the hardest thing. So listen very carefully to the speed of 1, 2, 3. And you then play 1, 2, 3. And then it's me joining. Okay, let's have a go, shall we? I'll count you in for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm of course super curious how that worked. Shall we try it again? 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that sounded really good. So now let's focus on the second line. So we're going to start together on the second line, and we're both starting on an up bow, but I'm playing 2 notes slurred and you play separate bows. So do your own bowing. Really focus on the bowing like we've done it before. Second line after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we've got that far. Well done you. Shall we now have a go at the third line? So when we play the third line, we're both going to go together on 3 Ds, and then do your own thing in the second bar, because in the second line things are going to be varied a little bit. So let's have a go at the third line, shall we? We're starting at the heel of the bow on 3 Ds. 1, 2, 3. this line, we're playing 3Ds at the same time again. If you haven't, we're just doing it again. That's absolutely fine. So listen out for the 3Ds in the middle of this line. See if you can hear us play the 3Ds together. So third line it is again. 1, 2, 3. Different, isn't it? Now when we play the fourth line, you are going to go 2 bars on your own. So you play this. And then I join you. So I'll count you in for 3, but be careful that you don't play too fast, okay? Otherwise we're not going to be at the same time. Just the fourth line now. 1, 2, 3. That one is perhaps the easiest of all. Let's carry on now on the last line. I'll count us in for 3 and we both start at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So from the beginning, the whole song, no repeats, right through from the beginning to the end in 2 parts. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's something else, isn't it? Terrific playing. Well done. Very, very good. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you didn't quite make it today, please don't worry. Just play this video back a couple more times and see if you can get a little bit further than your previous go on every new go that you make. And you will notice that you will progress. So super work today. Thanks very much for watching, and I very much look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.